We are live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Late October, getting cold, so I had to break out the sweater. But we're going to be talking about Central Ohio, what's going on in the market from what happened last September. Because things have changed quick, all have they. So if you're a buyer and you're thinking about buying a house, check out how much inventory is on market right now. There's a lot more choices and prices are heading down this direction. So we're going to talk about that and much, much more right after this. Well, happy fall, everybody. So it's late October. Weather's cooling off. It's been hit and miss on the day. So the weather's been really great in Central Ohio. And so is the real estate market overall. But things have changed really quick. And there's a lot of situations I'm talking to agents that it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of sellers because they just can't believe that they can't overprice their houses and they're just not getting a lot of traction, people coming to open houses and everything. Now, a lot of us know at this time that the with increase in interest rates have really put a big effect into that. So but we're going to talk about that a little bit. So let's just talk about the good things. Let's just talk about things that are going well in the market. So this is Adam Ashmont, Honduras College instructor and broker of Ashmont Realty, and we're going to talk about the great things that's going on in Central Ohio. So first things first, if you bought a house last September of 2021, it's worth almost 10% more year over year. Now we talk about this on each market update, that an average increase in real estate prices historically is about 3%. So the fact that we're still having a 10% increase year over year, that's really good. That's about 3 times the historical average. Okay. So things, property values have still held strong so far. Okay, things are changing, things are cooling off, and it did pretty rapidly, but so far so good. Realtor.com came out with the top 5 hottest and most affordable real estate markets in the country. And the cap city, Columbus, Ohio, actually ranked top 5. They were 5th. So that's great. And it's always been that way historically. For just bang for your buck, Columbus, Ohio, Central Ohio, however you want to look at it, it's just very affordable for what we have to offer as a city compared to real estate prices. So I think that's the good thing. So now let's talk about like hard numbers. Now I said before in our intro, if you're a buyer, if you're thinking about buying a home, obviously interest rates have doubled. We all have heard wow, I thought interest rates were 3%, 2.75%, but right now, guys, they're hovering around 7%, which that has been one of the biggest issues and the real reason why the real estate markets have cooled off, not just in Central Ohio, but nationally. So let's I'm going to show a diagram. It's going to be a little hard to see. Now, this is just a breakdown of all the sales that has happened in listings. So this is all the sales and active listings that we have in Central Ohio in the month of September. So we're going to kind of compare year over year and just see where we're standing. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share this. So it's a little hard to read, but I'm going to walk it through with it. So the page that you see at the bottom, it's really hard to read, but we're going to look all the way at the bottom under sold listings. So under sold listings. In September of 2022, so last month, guys, there was almost 3,000 homes sold in Central Ohio. Sounds pretty good, right? Now, last year in September of 2021, there was almost 4,000 homes sold. which means we had 22% less houses sold this September of 2022 than last year. So 20%, so almost 1,000 less houses that sold. Now, a lot of people will say, well, there was just more listings, right? I mean, more houses listed for sale means more houses that would have sold, right? Well, we'll look at active listings right now. And I know it's hard to read. I'll just read it to you. Active listings, September of 2022 is almost 4,300 homes, 4,296 homes. Last year at this time, 4,199 homes. So we actually have, just to put it in perspective, we actually had 2% more active listings last month with 1,000 less homes sold. So how's that possible? So we have the same amount of listings, but 20% less houses sold. Well, what does that mean? Okay. What does that mean? Well, basically, it means that houses aren't selling. So when you see homes going up on, up for sale, 20% of those just aren't selling. It's been that way last month, and the month before, I think it was a little under 15%. So guess what's happening, guys? We're getting a stockpile of inventory. Okay. And I just don't see that changing. And that's the whole reason why you do increase interest rates. I mean, that's the point of it. It's to kind of deter buyers from going out, borrowing money. And what's going to happen is, just to kind of put it in perspective, if you wanted to buy a $500,000 house at 3% interest, that same house at a 7% interest rate loan, you'd have to pay $351,000 for it to have the same monthly payment. So what's going to happen is, it's going to start driving down those mid to high luxury home markets, because people just aren't going to be able to afford the higher priced homes like they once did, because it's costing them more money to borrow that money. Okay. So I think there's a lot of great things. If you're a buyer, just get your pocketbook, dust it off. I know some of you have been on the sidelines for 2 years at least, but just get that ready and dust it off. I know interest rates are high. They're projected maybe to go up a little bit more between now and December, but they might dip down a little bit again next year. We're not sure clearly, but just be ready, because I've seen there was a sale with an agent I was working with that had their house listed for $429, and they sold it for $329. It was on a new 1-year-old home, new construction. So that obviously they were probably a little motivated. But I'm telling you, there are deals to be had. And you might be in a situation that you don't even have to offer list price anymore. Maybe you can come in under list price and see what happens. Because I'm telling you, from being boots on the ground, we're not getting the amount of people to those open houses and stuff that we used to. So I hope that helps everybody. Buyers and sellers, things are changing quick. Sellers, you're losing a lot of the advantage. So this is Adam Ashmont of Conference College and broker of Ashmont Realty, going over September 22 Central High Housing Report. If you think you'd like to get the real estate business, let me know. Comment below. Send me a DM on Facebook. I'm happy to answer any questions on how to get your real estate license, full-time, part-time, do it all. So again, this is Adam Ashmont of Conference College and Ashmont Realty, and have a good rest of your week, everybody.